Okay, we are starting our surface area and volume unit, and we're going to start today with surface area of a square pyramid. So here's a picture, but it's kind of hard to see on paper that's two-dimensional when we're talking about a three-dimensional shape. So here is, let me raise this up so you can see it a little bit better. Here is a square pyramid, and the reason it's called a square pyramid, here's the sides, is because the base is a square. So if I were to show you just the bottom, the base of the pyramid, they call it the base because it's what it sits on. The base is a square, and then each side comes to a point. So each of the four sides is a triangle, but it sits on a square. So the base of it, again, upside down, the base of it is a square, which is why it is a square pyramid. So you should have in front of you the notes. Let's take a look at how to find the surface area. And surface is exactly what it sounds like. It's the top, it's the edges. How much area is in the square? How much area is in the sides? Not what's filled up on the inside, just what's on the edges on the outside. So here's how you find it. You first find the area of the square base. So that would be the base area. Then you are going to find the perimeter of the base. And since it's a square, it's going to be a 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So the perimeter is the area on the outside edges. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, 4 of them, which is why they just did 4 times 6 to find that. And then last, you are going to multiply by the slant height. So the slant height is how tall it is from the bottom of the square to the slant, up the slant to the point. So the slant height is going to be given, and to us it's given as 10 in this picture. So once you multiply the base area, which is a 6 by 6, area is length times width. So the base is a 6 by 6. That would be 36. Then you have the area, which is 6 times 4, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 24. And then you have the slant height, which is 10. And the last part is you're multiplying by half times these two. And the reason it's half is because I'm not sure if you remember, but previous notes in 7th grade, you might have learned that area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So since it's a triangle on each side, we're going to multiply by half. Here's the part that gets a little tricky. This in the middle here is a plus. So not all 4 of these things get multiplied. Only 3 of these things get multiplied. And then once you multiply those 3 things, order of operations says multiply first, and then go back and add our 6 by 6, the base, the square part. So we're going to multiply all of the stuff that comes with the triangles, and then we're going to add back in our base. So let's practice this a few times, and I really think once you kind of get the hang of the formula, they're not that hard to solve. Okay, so let's start on number 1. So we're first going to put the area of the base. I'll put area base. Area of the base is length times width of the square. Length times width is 8 by 8 because since it's a square, we know the length and the width are both 8. So that's the base. We're going to come back and add half times the perimeter of the base. So I'm going to write it all out this time, but then we're going to get a little bit used to it. So area of the base was length times width. Perimeter of the base is side plus side plus side plus side. But since it's a square, that'd be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So it's the same thing as saying 8 times 4. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to multiply by is, here, let me make sure you know that this one's for that one. This one is going to be the slant height. So we need to know what the slant height is of the triangle. So it gives it to us right here is the height of that slant, and it is 16. So here's what we have. 8 times 8 plus half times 8 times 4 times 16. So I want to do all of this first because order of operations says we multiply before we go back and add. So I'm going to do half times 8 times 4 times 16. Sorry, that did not mean to be there, so it's not a decimal. Okay, I'm just going to use my calculator, and I'm going to ignore this first part. So I just want to do, oops, sorry, clear. Half, you can put in half as a 1 ABC button too, that's half. Or if you rather do 0.5, 0.5 is the same thing as half. So 0.5 times 8 times 4 times 16. And we get 256. So this whole first part is 256. And now we're going to go back and add whatever 8 times 8 is, which is 64. So 64 plus 256 is 320. And that is your total surface area. Area is measured in squares. So whatever your label is, if it's feet, it'd be square feet or feet squared. So 320 square feet. Okay, let's try the next one. Area of the base. Here, I'm gonna just draw a line down here so we can keep these separate. So area of the base is length times width of the base, which is 4 times 4 because that's the square. 4 by 4. Plus this stuff that we're going to add, half times perimeter of the base. The perimeter is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So 4 of those times 4 sides again. Or you could have gone 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. You're going to get the same answer as just 4 times 4. And then that whole thing is times, I'm just going to abbreviate SL for SH for slant height. And our slant height is 10. Okay, and I got into the next area too. Oops, there we go. Okay, let's remember to do order of operations. So I'm going to not do the adding part first. We're going to come back and add later. So I'm going to do half times 4 times 4 times 10. So half, which is 0.5, times 4 times 4 times 10. That is 80. So just this part, this whole part over here is 80. 4 times 4 is 16. So now I have adding, which is last priority. 16 plus 80 is 96. And this time it's centimeters. So it is square centimeters. So the surface area is 96 square centimeters. If I'm ever going too fast, you guys can pause the video and make sure you're understanding how I'm working all these out. It's just a basic formula though. That formula is area of the base, which in this case, our square base is an 11 by 11. So 11 by 11 plus 1/2 times the perimeter of the base, which the perimeter of the base is 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11, or 11 times 4 of them, since there are 4 sides in a square. So 11 times 4 times the SH, slant height. And the slant height in this shape is 16. So in my calculator, I'm going to do all of this first because order of operations tells us to multiply first. So we are going to do half, which is 0.5, times 11 times 4 times 16, and I got 352 over here. Okay, and then I'm going to come back here and add my whatever 11 times 11 is, which I think is 121. Yes. So final thing we do is 121 plus 352. And that is 473. And that is millimeters this time squared. So square millimeters, 473 square millimeters. Okay, what we have for you guys now is we want you to pause the video and turn the page, and we have 3 left for you to try on your own. If you are completely stuck, you can let the video play and I will go through those with you. But it is really a goal, since you're going to have a test that looks like this, to try these on your own. So I would encourage you to push pause and then maybe fast forward through and check to make sure your work is right. And then go check in with your teacher to make sure that you have done it right. Okay, if you're ready for me to work through these with you because you aren't quite sure, or if you actually are done and you're just checking your work and fast forwarding to the answer, good for you. These are worked out the exact same way the other ones were. So we are just going to do the area of the base, which the base is a 3 by 3. The square base is 3 by 3, plus 1/2 the perimeter of the base, which the perimeter of the base is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is the same thing as 3 times 4, times the slant height, which the slant height on this one is 11. Okay, and again, you have to do order of operations, so we're going to have to multiply first and then come back and add. So in my calculator, I am multiplying 1/2, which is 0.5, times 3 times 4 times 11, and I got 66. Now I can come back here and add. I know 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 plus 66 is 75. So the answer to the first one is 75 square inches. Okay, if you have not tried the next one, or if you did not try this one on your own, try the next one on your own. If you're not quite ready, or if you're just checking, here we go. Area of the base. The base is a 6 by 6. It doesn't really look square, but these are all squares, so it's a 6 by 6 by 6 by 6. So 6 by 6 is length times width, 6 times 6, plus 1/2 times the perimeter of the base, which the perimeter is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is the same thing as 6 times 4, times the slant height, which is 12. All right, so in my calculator, I'm going to do the first multiply section first. So 0.5 times 6 times 4 times 12 equals 144. Then I'm going to come back here and add 36, because 6 times 6 is 36. So plus 36 equals 180. So this one is meters, so square meters, so 180 square meters. Okay, and then the last one, again, if you did not try either one of those on your own, try the last one on your own. Just push pause and then try it, and then come back and double check that it was right. The area of the base is a 9 by 9, so 9 by 9, plus 1/2 the perimeter of the base. Perimeter is 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, which is also 9 times 4, 4 sides, times the slant height, which the slant height in this one is 14. So again, I'm going to multiply the part that is all multiplied first. So 0.5, or 1/2, times 9 times 4 times 14. That is 252. And to that, I'm going to add the 9 times 9, which I know is 81. So 252 plus 81 equals 333, and this time it is square feet. So 333 feet squared. You may now go check these 3 with your teacher before you move on to your assignment.